Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you subscribe. You're subscribed to my other channels, Answers by Queen Spirit and Queen Spirit 1126. All right, so we're talking about our life path nines. Life path nines, past life. How did you get that past life number? How did you get your life path number? What in your past life indicated that you would be here today? Okay. So, life path nines can be emotional. Now, see, they can be, it doesn't necessarily mean they are, but they definitely understand people's emotions, right? They understand the bigger picture. And usually, life path nines are put here to help people get through things, help people with their emotions, help people thrive. They're all for humanity, right? So let's see what happened in a past life to get you this life path nine, okay? So we got forced obligations, and that just definitely came out. Ooh, and for my man. Have y'all ever seen For My Man? Okay, because people be doing all types of crazy things because they're in a relationship with somebody, or letting things slide because they're in a relationship. All right, so I don't know if this is specifically true, but I do feel like sometimes we get the same life path number either a few times in a row, just over and over again, something like that. So most likely you were a life path nine in your past life. Okay, so we have forced obligations and For My Man. And what I'm getting is you felt obligated to whoever you were in a relationship with, or it could have been to family or something like that. And it was forced on you. All right, so this is kind of like being in a group and people are like, okay, well, you got to keep this secret, or being like part of like a royal family and being forced to do certain things that you really don't want to do. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's going on here. So we have forced obligation, Spirit. I'm gonna shuffle a couple more times. Can you clarify forced obligation? Clarify forced obligations. Ooh. Okay, well, that is a bridge. I always read this as a burned bridge, right? This is a bridge going from one place to another that somebody kind of fucked up, discredited, took for granted. Clarify For My Man. Okay, then we have the stork. I was going to call it a stark. So I feel like, since I was going to say Stark, that there's something that has to do with something being vastly different than what you thought it was going to be originally. So it's almost like you burned a bridge to create a family or to create a situation with something or somebody, and it didn't work out the way you wanted it. And then what's the connection between the two, Spirit? Time keep on ticking, ticking, ticking. All right, and at the bottom, we have the stairwell, and the number 22, which is, this year. So the clock is divine timing, right? I feel like you had a choice, and things could have gone either way, and you chose the wrong way. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this bridge. All right, Spirit, can you clarify forced obligation, number 38, bridge? One thing about 38 is it comes to an 11, right? 3 plus 8 is 11. And I feel like there was opportunities that you could have took. There was a way in which you could have gone, and you just did not go that way. You did not use the benefits that were awarded to you to move in the direction that you should have gone. But let's clarify this bridge and forced obligation. All right, so we have the Empress here, and we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I definitely feel like somebody got pregnant here. So there could have been like some kind of child involved. Okay. And so I'm reading this two ways. Either there was a feminine that got pregnant intentionally, right? And the baby could have or it could have not been yours, and they forced that obligation on you. Or I get that it was a feminine that got pregnant and had a baby, and for some reason she wasn't able to take care of the baby, or the baby was somehow taken away from her and given to you. The King of Pentacles is definitely the King of Pentacles in reverse is an unstable being, right? Very selfish, very I gotta have. So I am getting the vibe that something was stolen, right? There was a birth, a creation that was stolen away from the person who birthed it, who created it. And I really feel like it was stolen by you, or it was stolen by somebody who was close to you, and you were expected to take care of it. Why? Because you co-signed it. You co-signed it happening. It's kind of like, oh yeah, if I steal this company, are you gonna come work with me? And it's like you stole it, but it wasn't necessarily what you wanted. You didn't want to work there, but oof, generational curses, honey. So this could have been something that was done to get out of debt. This was something that was used to further you in life, to make you more economically substantial, but it didn't work out like that. As a matter of fact, it's so weird because we have Empress over here and we have the Stork. As a matter of fact, this kind of drags you down. It made you feel like you have to do this every day and all of that. So we have the For My Man and Stork. So For My Man, like I said earlier, it's about feeling obligated to somebody that you care about, to the point that you'll do the wrong thing. You'll break laws. You'll kill people. You'll poison people. You'll set people up and things like that. So I have the Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups is definitely intuition. It's also being in love, right? Queen of Cups. It's also being in love. So I definitely get that you could have been in love with somebody and there was some shady things going down, right? So I'm also getting a possibility that you were in love with a woman and you were a man. You were in love with a woman and she was with someone else. And like she left them and she was pregnant, and then she had the baby with you and claimed it was your baby. Whether you knew or not is irrelevant. You felt obligated to this child. Clarify this for my man Stork. Okay, we already got the queens coming out, honey. Let's pick one more. Okay, or two more, honey. All right. Yeah, so I feel like, okay, because we have the Nine of Wands at the bottom. So it's given that you had inappropriate boundaries. You let your guards down for someone because your intuition told you that you were connected to this person, which you were, but it wasn't in a way that you thought it was. And by the time you wanted to retract your energy, by the time you wanted to pull back emotionally, whatever the situation was had already stopped you from moving on, right? It had already stopped you from being the person that you wanted to be. It tarnished your name, honestly. I mean, come on, have you guys ever watched For Your Man? For My Man? Those women are tarnished by following behind somebody that they have faith in to a fault. And it's usually because it's something else going on. Like, it's something else they're not addressing. It's something else they're skipping over. It's instability. within themselves that allows them to do whatever for somebody, even though it's wrong. And so that's what I feel here. You weren't in a great place, and somebody absolutely took advantage of that. That's just that. So let's go ahead and look for this clock, which connects the two. The clock is divine timing, right? So this was already planned before you were born in that life. It was already planned. It was already something that your guides knew was going to happen, and they were watching you to see what you would do, to see what move you would make, and see what kind of karma you would build. All right, let's see what's going on here with the clock. Clarify, Spirit. Okay. What I'm getting right now, because this snake is standing out to me, is that you were really supposed to move on from this person. You were really supposed to heal. When they asked you to do whatever shady shit they asked you to do, you were supposed to be like, nah, I'm good. And if that's what you want me to do, then I'm going to move on. But that's not what happened, right? I'm also getting with this Judgment card in reverse that whatever happened, they use your ability, they use your connections for very negative things. Because see, they did need you. They needed you, and they exploited that. And they also exploited the fact that they that you loved them and that you cared about them. They exploited that. Clarify this clock. You got the Lovers. What I'm getting right now, because I have the Nine of Swords at the bottom as well, is that it's almost like you felt this person was a savior, right? So they swooped in and saved you from something. They kept you from making a bad decision, right? And instead of you moving on from them, you moved on with them. You know how people say that, you know, people are in our lives for a reason or a season. Well, it's a reason and it could be a season. It could be both. Sometimes people are there to distract us, right? So that we don't go forward in some shit that we're not supposed to be going forward in. It's like, okay, you have the choice between these two jobs, right? And you pick one, but that doesn't turn out the way you wanted it. So you quit, and it leaves it so that you can't pick that other job. But that other job was much worse. It was going to leave you stuck, and you probably wouldn't have quit that job. You know what I'm saying? Because it was probably just enough to keep you looped in or something like that. And Spirit didn't want you to have it. But Spirit also didn't want you to continue on in this situation. And sometimes our guides, it's almost like they can't tell us things that we don't know already. So it can be difficult to translate from their world to ours to let us know what the hell we're supposed to be doing and where we're supposed to be going. So sometimes the distraction is them. Sometimes they're the ones that sends in the distraction so that we don't make the wrong choice. And what I get here is that this person was supposed to be a season for you so that you missed something else. And that something else you did miss, right? It kept you from making the wrong choice. They were sent in to love you at a time where you really needed love, but it wasn't for a lifetime, right? So we got forced obligations, and I really feel like this is a company or a child. I get child really, really heavy. Like this is somebody who had a kid and they were like, oh, you gonna take care of my baby? And you were like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna take care of that baby for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get you some advice for this life. I'm gonna pull some angel oracle cards here. And shuffle a couple more times. Ooh. So Spirit, what do our life path 9 need to know for this current life? What do our life path 9 need to know? Spirit said that live your life in love. Love is not your enemy, okay? Love never was your enemy. Loving somebody is never wrong. But you choose the cap that you put on love, right? But we have this 4 cups here. You choose when you don't want to give that love anymore. You choose when you want to end the love that you have with that person. You choose how much of a connection that you have with somebody. Sometimes we love people and we need to move away from them. Why? Because they're mistreating us. Why? Because maybe they're connected with some kind of energy that we are not able to deal with. Okay, so what is the advice for our life past nines in this life? Ooh, y'all got divine timing twice, y'all. Courage and bravery, okay? Because like I said, you guys are here to heal the world. I don't know, this Knight of Cups, it was almost like pick me up. Divine timing. So a lot of times, one thing that the Knight of Cups can absolutely do is love bomb, right? The Knight of Cups can be an energy where they come in, they pour all this love into you, they just pour it and pour it and pour it, make you fall in love with them, da 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 da, whatever. But Knights are a convenience. Knights are temporary. Like, they have a job to do. Once that job is done, then they go. And you guys have to really recognize who is going to be here for a long while and who is just here for a minute and is going to leave. It's okay to accept love from people, even if they're only going to be there for a minute. But you have to watch your attachments. You have to have the courage and the bravery to move away, to walk away when a relationship no longer serves you. Okay, because again, sometimes things come in because we need them, right? Sometimes you are feeling down and you're feeling out. So there's a situation or someone that's going to come through and tell you everything you want to hear, give you everything you need. And sometimes that's just what they were, just for that moment in time, to give you those things and then to move away. Just be careful with how much you give to yourself when people aren't being genuine, right? What's the advice here for my life past nines? Oh, goodness gracious. All right, we'll take these 3. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So what I'm getting right now is kind of don't allow the criticalness that you have in yourself, right, to keep you attached to someone who doesn't really care about you. One thing that you need to understand is that you are loved, you are cared about, and all it's about is finding the people who are going to represent that, finding the things that are going to magnify that love, as opposed to just allowing anybody and anything to come into your life to represent love. And so when they're not doing it right, you have to learn to walk away and move on with your life, okay? So that's all from my life past nines. Make sure you guys subscribe and share, and I will see you next time.